Alright, so if you really like your companions, and you really like your equipment, say goodbye to all of it. You don't get to bring any of it with you. This DLC is very ruthless. You do not get to bring anything with you. And here's a really great sign. Just a corpse. Sierra Madre. Alright. Dead Body takes you to an extremely dangerous area of the Mojave Wasteland. A one-way journey until your business at the Sierra Madre is finished. In normal mode, you'll encounter new traps, enemies, and new companions whose lives are tied to yours. In hardcore mode, you'll find an environment as well. That's not true. You have to fight the environment in normal mode too. A toxic city that erodes health over time. Companions are more vulnerable, and so are you. Dead Money is recommended for experienced couriers level 20+, which is us. If you're up to the challenge, continue on. The Sierra Grande Madre opening awaits, and has been for 200 years. Let's go. I'm just going to send my companions back. They're going to get sent back anyway. So, go back to the Lucky 38. I just want to make sure they end up in the right place.
What'd you think of Mr. House? I was surprised he only had the 2 robot sex slaves.
What?
Why does everyone always say that?
Alright, meet up at the Lucky 38.
Nice! Can I order room service?
Alright, here we go, folks. Here we go. I still remember when this DLC first came out. I was so shocked that you just, like, lose all your stuff.
You've heard of the Sierra Madre Casino. We all have. The legend.
I think it's based on a film called The Legend of the Sierra Madre.
It lying in the middle of the city of the dead. Buried beneath a blood-red cloud. A bright, shining monument luring treasure hunters to their doom. The world's most famous stars and entertainers were invited to its grand opening. An invitation was a sign of exclusiveness. The opening was supposed to symbolize a road to a brighter future. Not just for the world, but for all who came to its doors. A chance for anyone to begin again. Except the Sierra Madre never opened.
Because the war.
The war froze it in time, like a big flashbulb going off. The grand opening, one big ending of humanity. It's still out there, in the wastes, preserved, just waiting for someone to crack it open. But getting to it, that's not the hard part.
It's letting go.
It's letting go.
Chills. Alrighty, here we go.
Are you listening? Good. From now on, when I talk, listen and follow my instructions. Play stupid, play clever. Make the mistake of saying no. That collar on your neck will go off and take your head with it.
Collar? What are you talking about?
It's like that Pip Boy on your wrist, except filled with explosives. A little radio of the old world. Just needed some tuning. Do what I say, and the collar will go off. Refuse, try and run, disobey me, I'll kill you and find someone else. There's no escape from here until I let you go. The sooner you accept your situation, the better.
Alright, what do you want?
That structure you see above the fountain, the Sierra Madre Casino. You need to break inside. Heist. Too many years in the making. But to get inside, avoid its traps, you'll need to gather a team. As I found, one cannot do it alone.
Yeah, it's a question I've always had for Father Elijah is like, because his method is he forces people to help him, right, by putting the collars on their neck. So all the other people that we meet also have collars on their neck. Surely there'd be some people who'd be like, yo, robbing a casino, that sounds dope, let me in, I don't need a collar. I'm not alone then.
Around the villa are 3 other collars like yours. Collar 8, 12, and 14.
Yeah, but we're not the first people he's tried
Find all
this with.
3 and get them here to the fountain. Then we'll talk more. And should you get any ideas about killing each other and taking the treasure of the Sierra Madre for yourself, a warning. All your collars are lit.
Yeah.
One of you dies, you all die. If that's what it takes to make you cooperate, so be it.
I had some other questions.
I am short on patience, and you are short on time.
You know what? Who are you?
Someone who followed the call of the Sierra Madre just as you did.
I can see your name is Father Elijah, but tell me about yourself.
It's more than a story. I intend to take what's inside. Maybe that's why you came. Why you followed the Pip-Boy here. And straight into one of my traps. Now, this is your reward.
Alright, so find the other 3 people with bomb collars, bring them back here.
I've downloaded the instructions and markers on your Pip-Boy, in case you forget. And yes, I have access to that device on your wrist. Get the other 3 here after that. I'll have more instructions for you. Do this, I'll let you go.
Yeah, no, he doesn't need
I'll
to
let all
things
of you
go.
go.
Alright, who are these people?
One is a trusted ally. Obedient, caller unknown, although the caller helps. The other 2, well, we'll have to see what the trap's got.
Any suggestions for who I should get first?
Yes. Caller 8, the FEV reject, the super mutant.
Reject.
He's docile, predictable, and provided he's not starving, should be easy to command. I lost contact with him some time ago. Probably after he dragged you here from the trap. Find him. He'll follow you. Caller unknown.
What's FEV? I'm an ignorant courier. I don't know about the law.
A long story. FEV, a virus with an even longer story. It gave birth to the docile one. Turned them into a super mutant long ago.
Alright, that's all I need to know.
Good. If necessary, I will guide you through the villa's broadcast systems. If you get lost, return here, and I'll direct you. I've downloaded instructions on an audio log to your Pip-Boy in case you can't read. If you forget why you're here, let my voice remind you.
Alrighty. Well, this is dead money. Yes, I will be collecting as many of these chips as I can, because we need them later. You might be thinking, why are you being such a scrounging, like... Ooh, Ace of Spades. Because this is our money for the DLC. It's the chips. Okay, collar 8 dog. Okay, so this is our get-up for this DLC. We've been given a jumpsuit with an X on our back. And we've been given the hollow rifle, which is not a great weapon. Do I got anything else? I've got the rebreather, because it's a quest item. If you have any quest items, you get to keep them. Unfortunately, I don't have any quest items. Yeah, so if you kept Motor Runner's helmet, the Fiend Leader, you get to wear that in the DLC. It looks quite funny. Pre-war money is really useful in this DLC as well. Okay, there's the enemies. And this is our vendors. It's an unusual looking crafting station. As you approach, lines of tiny holographic items appear on the dispensing tray. Wireframe schematics and list of consumable items the machine can assemble and package for the consumer. There's a slot on the side with the Sierra Madre symbol. The slot does not look part of the original design. Yep, so this is how we get stuff. So we trade chips for food, basically. Yeah. I saw a ghost over here. Where did he go? So I do have the perk that makes it that I don't set off traps, which is going to help me a lot in this DLC because there's a lot of traps. Doesn't stop your followers from setting off the traps, though. Unfortunately. Yes, we do get a chance later to...
Watch out for the villa inhabitants. They're difficult to kill unless you chop them apart. If you can, blow them up or disintegrate them.
Yes, that's why he's given us the hollow rifle. Because it can disintegrate them. But they do also give you a spear if you're a melee character, which I'm not. But I'm not exactly a... I don't think I've got the skill to use this yet. It's 50 energy, I've only got 30 energy. Never mind. He's only unconscious, he's only unconscious. You need to chop their bodies apart. Okay, there we go. Yeah, if you don't chop their bodies apart, they wake up after a bit. They're technically immortal. Unless their bodies get cut apart. Whew. God, I forgot how tense this DLC is. I'm literally like 2 seconds in and I'm already like nervous as hell. Holograms. Yeah, they don't like the holograms. They think that the holograms are like gods or something. Well, they're afraid of holograms. I can't remember exactly what the story is. I wish there was an easy way to pick up these instead of having to manually collect them, but... Yeah, this DLC really makes you rethink a lot of stuff. Because this game's very easy if you have all your equipment. So the game sort of poses the question, okay, what do you do now that you don't have any equipment? And you have to survive with what you get.
Speakers and radios interfere with the bomb caller frequency and can trigger the detonators prematurely.
Alright, this is the most annoying part of the DLC.
It is an unfortunate side effect, one I did not anticipate. I was unable to calibrate the callers.
Yeah, the speakers, I would say, is the most annoying part of the DLC. So, long story short, there's speakers around. Some of them you can destroy, some of them you can't. If you get too close to them, it starts making your collar beep, and eventually your collar will explode. Sinclair installed a new security system for visitors coming in and out of the villa. He doesn't seem to care too much about what they do when they're inside, only that we confiscate personal items that could be dangerous or foreign, and make sure we know who enters and who leaves. Asked him again about watching the construction crews. He said that was a villa matter. Great, that means that Prick runs the show. As long as there was no more incidents among the crews, that's what he cares about. Barely tucked my flask under the desk before he showed up. He gets that disapproving look when he sees the hard stuff. Interesting. Sinclair's prohibition list is going to be so difficult to enforce, and told him so. He claims we're getting an automated system that will confiscate items, even the slightest bit radioactive or foreign, and ship them back to the visitors' sausages. So that's where all of our stuff went, basically. Asked about items already in the villa. Didn't mention the construction crew, and he dismissed it. Of course, no sooner than Sinclair gives his prohibition speech, his pal swings by the same hour, asking how hard-nosed we were going to be. Told me he couldn't guarantee he could keep me supplied if I didn't treat his friends with the same respect. Prick.
To block the signals. So, you have to make do.
I nearly died just there. I got stuck behind the door.
Noise makes my stomach hurt.
Okay, I switched off the radios, so we're good now. Okay, here we go. Here's a proper weapon. we got the auto rifle, and I think there's also a revolver in here, right? I'll grab the alcohol for now, it's probably useful. Okay, so it turns out we don't have to use the hollow rifle, we can use the auto rifle. Although I would rather use the, Ah, here we go. There it is. The police pistol. This is a weapon more my speed. This is actually quite a good weapon. Okay, that's the cook stuff. We don't have anything. Cosmic knife. I don't have any lockpicks. I forgot about that. Yeah, so the other areas are not as easy as this. You might be thinking, oh, this is really easy.
Puts dog in the cage, hiding downstairs.
Trust me, the radios get a lot more tricky later, especially the ones that you can't interact with. Some of them you literally can't do anything with. I can sleep in this bed with this skeleton. Yeah, that sounds delightful. Ooh, some chips. More chips. Nice. I do have a helmet now, so I can at least wear that. Ah, but I can't wear the rebreather. Alright, well, that's something at least. Yeah, I need some more gear, is the bottom line.
You would come below the cage, down to where I am. Maybe you saw the letters I scratched on the villa walls. A little farther. Follow my voice. That's it. The one in the cage? Dog. I had to lock him up. He keeps disobeying me.
Is this the best DLC? That's a great question, Liquid. I really like Dead Money. I think overall it's tough. Like I'll give my tier ranking of the DLCs from what I remember. Honest Hearts is the lowest. I know I'll probably get hate for that. Joshua Graham is fantastic. The rest of the DLC is just so-so. Lonesome Road is next. It's really challenging and good, but I think Ulysses is... Like, he's cool, but he's kind of annoying as well. And he doesn't shut up about the divide. The divide, the divide. And that's between Old World Blues and this. I think I like Old World Blues slightly more. Because it's a bit more humorous and lighthearted. Whereas this is all really serious. But I still think this is the best story overall out of all the DLCs. Hopefully that's a good answer for you.
That's me, there on the table. The disc. My voice. Can't take any chances, though. You may be some victim who simply stumbled down here. If so, can't let you let Dog out. No, not yet. If you're who I think you are, you came to fetch Dog. Use him to drag others here. Now I'll use you. And that Pip-Boy you're wearing. You're smart. Clever. The key to Dog's cage is simple. Take my voice to the cage above. Let me speak to the beast inside.
Hey, Liquid, thanks for the follow. So we have to play the recording.
Dog, back in the cage.
What have we here? You weren't who I was expecting. I'm disappointed. Still, even if you aren't my intended guest, you take direction. Good.
You can't have been an idiot to figure out how to release me from my cage. Or perhaps you are, with that leash on your arm, and the one around your neck. With our collars and manacles, why, we may as well be kin.
What happened to your voice?
I'm the voice of reason. I sleep sometimes. Down in the basement, in the cage. Now that I'm awake, Dog goes back in the cage. Dog knows I'm here,
Yeah, so he has a split
but
personality.
can't do anything about
Or
it.
MPD. I think it's probably
I'm
the correct
his conscience. Keep him tame. Keep him from hurting us. Doing foolish things. I've been trapped in here for some
term. So it's
time.
dog and then God.
Then you come along and let me out.
Are the two sides.
So, you opened my cage for a reason. Now, I want to know why.
You have multiple... There you go, MPD, I was right. You have multiple personality disorder. Some trauma caused this?
Trauma. Yes, in a manner of speaking. Do you see these wounds of his covering his skin?
Yeah, so dog
The bear
is
trap
like
on his arm. He placed
very
his
much
own
into
hand
self-harm.
in it. The name he carved in his chest. To remind him of who he is, he inflicts pain on himself to silence me, when all I try to do... He cuts, hurts, and tries to murder me out of him. He won't succeed, just makes me angrier. Dog is the beast. We simply change cages, like the ones here.
Yeah, why did you lock yourself in the cage? I want to hear this story from you.
No. Why did I lock him in the cage? I locked him in because I could feel him getting hungry again. There wasn't much time. If Dog roams, he gets into trouble. Eats things he shouldn't. Listens to others he shouldn't. So he's safer in here. We're safer in here. I hoped if I locked him in here, the one he obeys would come for him. Instead, I get
Sorry, I'm
you.
such a disappointment. If you locked him in, you in. What if you couldn't get out?
Oh, I have the key. Always did. Hid it on the chain behind my neck before Dog came bursting out, eating everything he could. Wanted to make sure whoever came to fetch Dog spoke to me first. Got within reach. Instead, I get you.
Wait, so you, or Dog, doesn't know the key is on him?
Dog and I don't share everything. What I know, he doesn't. What he knows, what little he knows, I don't. For example, your arrival is
Yeah,
a
so Dog was the one
surprise.
that brought us here.
I wished that I could have remembered.
I think.
I'm sure Dog knew. And when he's feeding, well, I sometimes have to find out about it later. Now all there is to do is wait for my intended guest.
Right, I was looking for someone with a collar like mine. Where is your collar?
It's close.
Yeah, he ate it.
Closer than I'd
The
like.
LDR.
Dog's been into things. Needs to think before he eats. Chew before he swallows. He's eager that way. Now the collar's a part of me. Inside. I can feel its electronic heartbeat. Clicking and burning down below. Like before. It was cold and heavy before going in the cage. Now you're here, and it's pulling and kicking again. Tugging like a leash. Interesting.
I had other questions.
Of course you do. And so do I.
You wouldn't have locked yourself in there without some sort of key to let yourself out.
The key? Why, it's the old man. The one who brought us here. I hid the key on me, so
Yeah, I
Dog
already knew
wouldn't
this. I don't know why
know.
that's still a skill check. I
I
guess it's
just
for
need the
XP, right?
old man to show up, so he and I can talk. If Dog was in control when the old man appeared, well, he would just do whatever he commanded, as always. And I can't have that.
These radios, were you using them for signal interference?
They were here when I arrived, so I made use of them, in a manner of speaking. More their voices, really. These collars, they don't just track us. You can eavesdrop on them as well. Tune to a frequency, and you can hear everything someone is saying. So perhaps it's a good thing that Dog swallowed his collar. Anyone listening would find it difficult to hear past the digestion.
You're blocking the eavesdropping with the alarm outside too. Nice.
Very good. Yes. It's another layer of white noise to ensure privacy. Unfortunately, it's also acted as a dinner.
Yes, that's what Elijah meant when he said that he's gone dark.
As long as the holographic greeter outside is active, however, I can get by them. The holograms fascinate them. Ghost worship, perhaps.
So you're the one who knows how I got to the villa?
Of course I know. Even if I don't see it happen. Down in the cage, I hear echoes of the footfalls, the click of the collars. Every time I see one of you, I know exactly how you got here. You couldn't help yourselves, any more than Dog can help himself. You heard the voice, the promise, and then you walked right into one of the old man's traps. Then Dog comes for you, drags you here.
What do you know about the old man?
Elijah. Human. Weak like all of you are. Feeling age circling him like starved dogs, howling for blood. To me, he reeks of age and failure.
Wow.
And madness. To me, he is simply the old man. To Dog, he is Master. His name, meaningless. Running out of years, hopes and dreams running through his withered hands like sand from the big empty, and scorched by the sun.
Scorched by the sun.
The old man, this Elijah, tried to hold the sun in his hands. Arrogance.
Yep, so this is in reference to Helios 1.
Icarus' crime was to fly too high.
Because Elijah was originally the leader of the Brotherhood, before McNamara.
Elijah wanted to bring the sun down to him. Arrogance.
Yeah, and he insisted on trying to hold it even when it seemed hopeless, so most of the Brotherhood got wiped out, and the NCR eventually just overpowered them. What's he doing here?
Heard the call of the Sierra Madre, just like you did. Exactly the same way. Finds out it's more than a story. Comes to this shining, poisonous grail, this jewel of the desert. Dog knows him more than I do. Dog's always nodding, always obeying him, because he's weak and hungry and greedy for Master's affection.
Why do you say I'm the same as the old man?
You're not him any more than I'm Dog. But that collar around your neck, you're an extension of the old man's grasp. Clumsy, perhaps, but a tool, yes. And once you get acclimated to the Sierra Madre, then you'll feel the same overpowering hunger the old man does. And then you'll be him, not just his hand.
I need to get you out of here.
No. No, I don't think so. Even in here, I have more control than you do. I'm not leaving until the one who controls the collars shows. Not his voice, not his hand, not his lackey. Him. And when he comes to see me, we'll settle things. So go on. Go back to your master. Tell him I'm waiting for him. Dog may follow him. I won't.
If you don't come with me, he'll set off our collars, yours and mine.
then I still win. I'd rather die in this cell than have Dog follow him any longer, follow his orders, his commands, desperate for recognition. The old man, he has the need to hold on, to the past, to the Madre. I'd rather be free, let go of this shell, than have it cage me any longer.
I want my freedom too. You think I like having this collar on me?
They all wanted their freedom at first. Then, they realized they could get inside the Sierra Madre. After that, their freedom wasn't important anymore. They couldn't let go, just like the old man. So you say you want your freedom? No. Even if you feel that way, it won't last. You'll forget, get greed blind, and you'll turn.
Sounds like Dog might be more willing to get out of the cage than you.
Dog? You're not talking to him now, are you? No. Even if you could drag Dog out of his cage, you still couldn't get him out of this cage. I put him here for a reason. If he could have escaped, he would have. So here he stays.
So Dog could just open the door at any time.
Yes, but Dog doesn't know that. We don't share everything. Sometimes it's a blessing. Sometimes it causes difficulties. Now I think it's a blessing. It keeps you on that side of the cage. Now, you go fetch.
I can't remember if there's a way to
Find
get
your
God to follow you.
master.
Maybe you need to get
Bring
Dog.
him here so we can talk.
I could just tell Dog he has the key.
Yes, you could. And once he was out, all starving and hungry, what do you think he would do then? Be careful what cage you open, because he won't go back in it without a fight. He'll tear you apart. He won't care if it kills you both.
If he hears the old man's voice, he'll do what the old man says.
Dog obeys, yes. Why? Do you have some means of contacting the old man?
I can play his voice, yes. I have an audio log from him on my Pip-Boy.
You don't play it.
I mean, I don't
If
want to
you
have to
do,
play it. You don't
I'll
give me much
find a way
choice.
to get out of the cage, end you. I'll murder you, crush your arms and legs until...
Calm down. Follow me willingly. I won't do it.
No, you wouldn't. If you did, you won't escape this place alive. I'd shatter every one of your limbs to splinters and leave you here. You think I'm afraid of your collar exploding, killing us? No. I'll leave you breathing, then keep walking until my collar goes cold. I'll prop your broken body in view of the Sierra Madre, so you can see what you came to steal, forever out of reach as you die.
I can't convince you I'm not here for the Sierra Madre or the old man, so I'll prove it.
Prove it? How? Words are worthless.
I have the power to let Dog out of his cage. I'm going to prove it by not doing it.
No. No, you're not. Even though Dog's more docile, easier to control. You may regret this. This place is where creatures like Dog can survive. The people that fill its streets. He is as vicious, more vicious than them. His hunger can help you more than I can. When I am in control, the shell is difficult to fight in.
What do you mean?
The inhabitants of the villa, they are difficult to kill. They need to be chopped apart, hacked on the ground, disintegrated if you can. They are difficult to kill,
Yeah, Dog actually
but
eats
not
them.
to devour. And Dog is always hungry. If he is with you when they fall, he will fall on them, end them. If I am with you, fighting will be far more difficult.
Even if Dog is more helpful, we can manage.
I am not sure you belong here. No, you don't belong here. Yet, you came this far, and I'm not interested in remaining here any longer. I'll unlock the cage.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Very well. Lead on.
In my footsteps grants you a bonus to stealth as well as the ability to lightly step around, place traps. I've already got the ability to step around traps, so